Hi, I'm Jean with Kept in Stitches, and it is time for my week in review, where I share with you what I have been doing and what's been going on in the stitching cottage for the past week. So, come on in, everybody. Let's see what we did this week. And I have a few more items on my counter here to share with you than I have in the past couple weeks, and I think that is awesome. I finally feel like I am actually getting and making some progress on a lot of the projects that I have going. So the first one that I'd like to share with you is this cute little quilt table topper, whatever you want to call it, wall hanging, but it is one that I designed myself when I found some fabrics I didn't realize that I had. Just little, I believe they were like 11-inch or 9-inch. I know they weren't 10-inch squares. They were in between that. They were some odd squares from some collection that I got along the line from somewhere, but several of them, and I thought, ooh, this is pretty fabric to use with spring coming up at the time that I started designing it. But I actually made this what I am calling Scrappy Nines Snowball Spring Quilt. And as you can see, I decided, as I believe that I mentioned last week, that those snowballs just look too empty in this quilt. So I decided that I am going to be doing embroidery in each one of those snowball blocks, and I did get all of them traced. Raise that up a little, and ready to start the embroidery on them. And as you can see, I have started the embroidery on the first one there. It's a little bunny holding, of course, it must have gotten in the flower beds and picked a little flower. But that has been started, and this is a really fun and enjoyable project that I am doing. And when I am completely finished with this project and have finalized everything on it, it is probably one that I will be sharing the pattern with you all. Not the embroidery part of that is not my original work. It is taken from several books that I have embroidery in, and I just decided what ones I wanted to use and then resized them so that they would fit my snowball block, and I'm doing the embroidery on those. So that is coming along and having a great time doing that. And then the other that I showed you that I was going to be starting on is this beautiful Calico Craze pattern. One of my works in progress that I've had since 2005. Yes, you heard it right, 2005. But I draw a number from my works in progress inventory each month, and that is the project that I work on out of my whips that month. And I was really happy when I drew that one because I've been wanting to do this quilt for a long time. Why I haven't done it sooner, I don't know. But I was able to get several more of the pieces for this quilt cut out and them all sorted in the order of the 3 pages of cutting instructions with this one. That is going to take a little bit of time just to get all the cutting done before I start on the piecing of the quilt. It actually has 25 different fabrics in this quilt, but it is going to be so beautiful when it is completed, and I'm really excited to be working on that one as well. And excuse me, I'm going to sit that down there out of the way. And then the next one that worked on and prepared for our rose counted cross stitch project, that is a stitch along. We are making this rose, and then we are going to be placing that on the front of a needle book and the back that we put together. And so I was able to, hopefully I've got things pinned down here. Nope, not all of it. But I was able to get all of my pages that I will be using assembled for this and share the next step with the group of people that are working along on that. So that will be ready to be doing the embroidery work, the embellishing, and all that on, along as the counted cross stitch rows is also being completed. So that is coming along very nicely, and a really great project also, which several of you I know are working along on that. Some may not be doing the needle book, but are working along on that counted cross stitch project, and some are turning out beautiful that I've seen. Thank you for sharing those with us. And then we also have our slow stitch. A lot of hand piecing and hand quilting, embroidery work and that type of thing going on right now, but we do always have something quilt related going on also, don't forget. Haven't forgotten about that, and it still have a lot of that also. But we are working on the Follow Your Heart, and mine will be a snippet roll on a antique wooden spool. And I now have chosen everything that well, most of the stuff is on here. There's going to be some beadwork and some other embellishments that I can't put on there right now, but and my lace is peeking out from underneath where it goes there. We'll hold that in position. But yeah, so we have that ready to stitch down the pieces. Everything is just pinned on now, but that will be stitched down. Some more embroidery work added to the front of that, some other embellishments, and that is getting along, and everybody has the next step for that is working with that stitch along also. And I see my light is changing on me. I apologize for that. I don't understand what's going on with that there, kind of going from dark to bright. But these are my little bowl of all the threads and everything that I have chosen to work with on that project. And then also you, some of you are aware that I started the new series on Wednesday nights. It is hand quilting with Jean and Danielle. It's actually hand quilting step by step with Jean and Danielle, where I am teaching Danielle in a 3-part series how to hand quilt from beginning to end, taking her through all the steps live via Zoom on Wednesday evenings from 7 p.m. until at least lasting about, it lasts about an hour and a half, an hour, right around there. But we got the first part of that done, which was, and mine is in the hoop, so I'll hold it up as much as I can, but we got all the tracing, and I will hold that up. We've got it in 4 quadrants. But we've got a cross hatching that we will be doing. We have a heart that we will be doing echo quilting in. And we have some curves down in the lower section. And then I have chosen a rose, if we can get it over there, in my bottom section. That one will be the maker's choice for that section. But went through all the steps of marking your quilt design onto your fabric and then layering and pin basting it. That is what we were able to accomplish on this past Wednesday, and it will be taking place again the 2nd, where we're going to be rocking it this Wednesday night, because we are going to be learning that rocking, which is the method that I use, hand quilting stitch. So those of you that are interested in some tips, possibly learning to hand quilt, you won't want to miss that. Wednesday night, live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Kept in Stitches channel. And then let me see, I also, which this cute little quilt that I drew up for an Easter table topper. And you will see that, and if you look closely, you will see that is a double pinwheel in the middle, but used some 30s pastel fabrics. I think it looks like dyed Easter egg colors to me is what I was going for. But I was able to cut, piece, and quilt this and bind it this little quilt. I think it measures about 28 by 28 finished, but got that all done in about 2 days, little less than 2 days if you count just the number of hours worked on it, but over a 2-day period. But that is cute and done. This is not a pattern that I will be sharing, as it is just a personal one and something that I did quickly for our members only of the channel. So sorry that unless you are a member and join the channel, that will not be available as something to share and get the information for. And then somebody had a heavy button this past week, or the week before, as some of it, as you know, takes a while to get here. But we have quite, and I think I'll leave this down here, open it up there. We have quite the mail haul to share with you all this evening, which I normally have very little when it comes to that to share, but something must have struck me differently here. And I'm not supposed to be purchasing, I'm supposed to be using everything that I have in the Stitching Cottage already, which I am doing, but I just got drawn in by a few things that I saw other people doing. And once you see that for the second time and the third time, it's like, okay, now I have to have that pattern. And one of them, and this happens to be one of my favorite designers, but this is from Flamingo Toes. It is Beverly McCullough's company that she does, and she has been doing a sew along with this tea party pattern, and you may have seen several doing that on Mona Did What. And yes, I just had to have that pattern, so I purchased that. And then of course, while I was on the site, I saw a couple other things that I liked, and I think there must be one item still in there, yes. And that was this other, sorry, I'm talking away from the mic and my back is turned to you. I apologize for that. But I saw this other really cute quilt pattern called Vintage Garden. Isn't that just really cute? Love it. Love the soft romantic colors in there. And it is a hexie quilt pattern. However, it is not done with hexies. It is done using, let me see if I can get this open quickly. No, I'd have to tear the top off, and I don't want to do that right now. But it uses this half, I think you can see that, hexagon template, and then it also has the template for that green portion that you see there. So it is done by machine, and I just thought that was a really, really cute pattern. So I purchased both of those, and Flamingo Toes happens to be one of my favorite resources for needle minders. I collect her needle minders, and she has a few new ones out, of course, for all of those of us that are crazy about needle minders and collect them. And this is the one that I purchased, as it swings there, sorry. That is the one that I purchased this time. Love it. The Americana heart there. Beautiful. Let me see what she actually, there should be a name on it. The name is Sweet Freedom Needle Minder. So that was all from Flamingo Toes, which is Beverly McCullough is the designer and owner of that company. And then of course we have our own, many of us know and follow Rita, with now she has her own shop that she is in the process of opening. As I try and open this bag, I did pre-open, you know, unpackaged, so that I wouldn't have all that to deal with as I was showing you these items, which Rita packages very, very well, let me tell you. Oops, forgot that was there. Okay, let me get that out of the way. But the name of her shop is The Quilted Chicken Farm. I believe I got that correct. check. I was on there. Yes, the Quilted Chicken Farm. Wanted to make sure I got that correct, which this is just a little extra that she threw in with that. But I got another lovely, and I believe this is Julia. Yes. Layer cake. Beautiful fabrics in that layer cake. It doesn't show them individually on there. I'm not going to open that package right now, but I got that. I should be able to show you a few more of the fabrics. And then I got 2 of the charm packs also, and we'll see if we can't share a few more of those beautiful fabrics with you. I'm not going to get them all, but you get an idea there of just how beautiful excuse me, those fabrics are. And then she had some of the coordinating yardage to go along with that. And so I also got yardage of this one. And I got, of course, because of the color, yardage of this one also. And that was, as I said, an order that I received from Rita from the Quilted Chicken Farm. And while I was waiting for that one order to come in, I just happened to be watching Rita again. And what does she do but show us more fabrics, new ones that came in. So for some reason, I just had to have some of those fabrics as well. Sorry for the noise here, but we will see if we can get to those. And also, along with that order, she makes these beautiful spinners. I'm not gonna take that out of the package right now, but I loved this sewing machine one, so I got that, and it will be hanging somewhere in the stitching cottage. Very, very beautiful. We'll lay that over there. And yes, I got another layer cake. This is the Chickadee Landing by Kansas Troubles. And we will see if we can, show you some of those beautiful, beautiful fabrics, which Kansas Troubles is actually one of my favorite lines of fabric also. So got those, and then got just the one coordinating fabric, this beautiful one, to go along with that. I don't have a project in mind, but I'm sure I will come up with something for that. And then I do love my Americana prints. And she had several of those, so I believe there are 8 of them here. We'll start with this one, and I think I'll go ahead and lay this down. We'll pick them up individually, and I believe they're not all from the same collection, but this is Old Glory by something boutique. Can't read that on there, but a beautiful, beautiful print there. And then we have the red stars, and we have a red check with a little flower there in between that plaid check. And this beautiful one, which this is American Beauty, is the collection on this one. Isn't that beautiful? And this is one of the coordinating ones with that. And we also have this beautiful red with the flowers on it. That is also part of that collection. And we have a blue one, which this is by Riley Blake, and it is from the Blossom collection. And this is another American Beauty in the blue. But beautiful fabrics there, and that will, of course, most likely be made into a veteran's quilt, or more than one. We will see. And then I also ordered some stuff from Fat Quarter Shop. And I totally forget what I have ordered from them. Oh yes, the Cup of Love pattern that, okay, Mona did what, can take credit for that too, because that is the one that her and several other of her quilting friends are stitching on right now. And I love that pattern, which that is what I actually got the Julia fabric, the layer cake, and that I will be using for making that pattern. And this is a Beverly McCullough line afternoon tea. So I think you can imagine what that is going to be used for. But those beautiful fabrics there in this layer cake. And then I also purchased coordinating fabrics to go along with that. And that was from the Fat Quarter Shop. And last, but definitely not least, I did make a purchase that I have been wanting to do for a while, and that is from So Be It Quilts, which you may know them as Fallon and her husband Matt. They work together on their channel, but they have some awesome rulers that they make themselves and sell. And the first one and the main one that I have been wanting, I have to make sure that I call it correctly. I'm not used to the new names yet, but let me make sure that I get that correctly. And this is the Slide Lock ruler, which I got the 14-inch one because for the way that I'm going to use it, this is the size that is going to work best for me. And that is an awesome ruler. It has a handle on it that when you press down on that, this portion does not move, only the fabric will move. So it is awesome. Great tool that I am going to use a lot when I do machine quilting on the domestic machine. So that is the one that I got. And then I also purchased what they call their paper piecing. Some are referring to it as foundation paper piecing, FPP, but it is a paper piecing ruler, and it also grips. It doesn't push down like the other, but it grips so that it doesn't move, and it has the 1/4 inch mark on both the top and the bottom of the ruler. Nice size for using for paper piecing. And then I got their let me get the name of this correct because it is their Trim Lock Build Your Own bundle. They had a bundle, but there were some sizes in that aren't just ones I use real often, so I decided to do the Build Your Own bundle, and I got the 2.5 inch trim lock, and I got the 5-inch trim lock. So those are the rulers that I ordered, and I was totally shocked. And Fallon, if you watch this, I want you to know that when I opened it and I saw what that LED light was, you actually made me cry, because they included in my order this awesome LED light, and you can see it says kept in stitches etched on there on a piece of glass, and it does change colors. I have it set at the turquoise, of course, but it changes into all those different colors, and we will put it back. Whoops, if we get it. Of course, if I play with the button, it has 16 different, yeah, there we go. It has 16 different functions on it to where you can get it to fade in and out. You can get it to change the colors automatically, flash, strobe, fade, smooth, and then in those colors it has different varying colors. This is the remote control that goes with that. But totally awesome. That is going to sit in a spot of honor in the Stitching Cottage. Believe me, I am totally in love with it, and having seen that, I might be getting in touch with you, Matt and Fallon, to see if there is something that you may be be able to design for me. Just a heads up. But totally in love with that. And like I said, I just couldn't believe it when I saw what you had thrown in as a special little gift in my order. Thank you so very much. And their link will be in the description box below, as will some of the other links for some of the things that I purchased, and where you will be able to get that information. But I do believe that that is everything. And like I said, that was quite the large mail haul for me. Not normally that much stuff that I order, especially within a week and a half time. But thank you, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed following me through as I have shown you what I did in the Stitching Cottage this past week, the things that came in through the mail, and a couple of the upcoming things that you'll be able to look forward to. And if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please do hit the bell so you'll receive notifications if you like what it is that I do. If stitching of all types, as my name channel's name says, kept in stitches. I do a lot of things with a lot of different type of stitching. So come and see what it's all about. Hit that subscribe button. And if you've been subscribed for quite a while and you really enjoy what I do, there is that join button if you are interested in a membership. You can just click on that. You'll find out more information about that. So check it out. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week ahead. I hope that I have inspired you in some way to work on your projects, get ahead, or start something new so that you can enjoy the fun and love of stitching as well. Good. Take care, everyone. I will see you again very soon. And remember, in the meantime, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.